Hello there, Internet. I am your host, J-Man. Welcome you all back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. We left off. We found a distress signal from some space pirates and basically found out that the space pirates were doing some experiments and, well, we ended up fighting off some of them. And now we ended up ending up having to evacuate to a nearby planet. Oh, Jabus. An angry rhino thing. You are dead. Not big surprise. Yeah, as I said before, I normally let's play on my community posts. I normally let's play JRPGs and adventure game visual novels. Right now we have a ball, the morph ball. The devs had so much trouble getting this, trying to find a way to implement this, and Miyamoto told them, "No, put it in." According to him, because if the morph ball didn't work, the game doesn't work. I have a lot of fun because Shigeru Miyamoto is the I don't know if I ever said this before, but Shigeru Miyamoto is like pretty much the George Lucas of video games. I mean, he's a crazy genius. But he has a lot of terrible ideas, like those secret levels from Mario Sunshine. I had a theory that those levels were meant for the Mario 64 sequel that got canceled. But Miyamoto held the devs at gunpoint and demanded them be in. Okay, I don't have any of this, but I just think that just the image of Miyamoto holding a gun in front of developers is just hilarious and terrifying because it's the great Shigeru Lord. If you're wondering, if that's crazy, I always think that. Hey, if you thought that was weird, I always think that Hideo Kojima is a living SCP. And that. Okay, I'm sorry. Seeing Sam's reflection reminds me a lot of a certain video on Source Filmmaker. Do you think Valve doesn't like talking about Source Filmmaker because he too fears that what they created? Maybe that's why Valve doesn't want to make a Half-Life 3. And why, yeah, I have a theory that the reason Valve doesn't count the 3 is because if they did, the whole universe will explode. I don't have any evidence. I just accept that as fact. Valve. If Valve count. Oh yeah, there's a heat thing there. I've seen enough Source Filmmaker to know where that enemy came from. Because Valve is, yeah, I used to think that Mario and... Oh yeah, and yes, I said like before that... I also came from a time where... Shoop da Whoop was the funniest meme on the internet. Hey. I'm trying to find a good place to... Yeah, the charge beam's up ahead. Diabetes. The fit. The fitness brand Pacer exam. Yeah, one plan I do want let's play probably once I build up enough games to LP is Chroma Squad. Oh yeah, I better introduce the audience. I'm a weeb already of obvious my taste in gaming because I can't think of a lot of niche Western games I could think of. Yes, I'm the one guy that when people get angry about, when people get mad about JRPGs and Nintendo Directs, I reply with, "Joke's on you, I'm into that shit." Yes, where half of my brain is dedicated to memes. But basically, I am a weeb, and of course that means a crippling addiction to an anime game called Koikatsu, which I'm sure everybody knows that by now. It's sadly gonna get delisted from Steam soon. But I have an OC I have named Jega Shiori. And like comic books, I always like try to had a bunch of alternate universe versions of her. And one of the one for my channel is one of them. Basically, she's more like of an assistant of mine that often like sets up things, designs the thumbnails. And for the sake of memes, I underpay her. Like teachers. And my mother. My mother works as like a teacher. I ended up explaining Danganronpa a bit to her because some kid in my mom's class cosplayed as a Boki Miyota. Ibuki's not even that great of a character. I think she's mid. And now all of Ibuki's fanbase probably is holding me at gunpoint. And don't worry, Jega, she's, don't worry, Internet, Jega is legal. Half Japanese, half Swedish. I don't speak Swedish, by the way, I just... But then for lore. Yeah, and I should also bring up my... Yeah, that thumbnail I made was actually the second thumbnail I made. My old thumbnail was just Nintendo from Mother Earthbound Beginnings smoking a badly drawn MS Paint cigarette. I initially just made this as like a joke. It initially was just Ness, but I thought picking it was just Ness because, hey, I like Earthbound. Why not make a Ness profile pic? And Nintendo, Nintendo. I always like so they represent Nintendo in my old Gary's mod videos. Yeah, I should probably bring. But Nintendo. And hey, I decided why not make a whole video about it. And since I pretty much changed my status as a YouTuber, going from a amateur Gary's Mod animator to a Let's Player. As for why I did a Let's Plays of Gary, I think I might got it here. Yeah, supposedly probably under the poison. And of course, I'm sure the one thing I'm sure you guys might know I'm kind of infamous for, my large hate for Friday Night Funkin'. Even though, yes, the game, despite its being a massive decline, like it was ever good to be quote unquote good to begin with. Friday Night Funkin', it's probably bluntly I don't want to talk too much about this because I pretty much played a lot of it there. There was a person I was quote unquote friends with. It was obviously an unhealthy one-on-one like obsession with. That was kind of more, and I just didn't. Basically, had a falling out, and well, they aren't friends with them, and I don't like talking more about this anymore. They were into. I was trying to get them into Worlds of Few or anything that wasn't Friday Night Funkin' because they were in Danganronpa but left the fan base because how toxic it was. I just found it hypocritical that they left the Danganronpa fandom for how toxic it was, only to join a fandom that was just as bad, if not worse. I have heard that apparently the person that created like one of the characters for that was supposed to be in the main game if it ever releases. But I was also like behind Super Mega. Got canceled or some drama, which makes me wonder if they're even going to put them in the final game. Especially when they had like a big role planned. If you're wondering about just being like, oh, how funny to make a friend of Pokemon, I won't mind you guys making FNF mods, but fair warning, I will not be playing them. It's a very important thing to note. There we go. Just look at there. Oh yeah, I'm probably making speedrunners cringe. Yeah, I'm very aware of Metroid's speedrunning speedrunning community. But yeah, the FNF. Overall, yeah. I also just like, hey, another reason why I'm kind of like about FNF is just how lack of proper communication with fans, especially on their creature. That's a robot lady, mechanoid, incinerator drone programmed for high temperature waste disposal. I think there's a more environmentally friendly dispose of it, lady. Unless that's a waste. The pyro make it? Oh my god, the engineer and the pyro. But yeah. I'm really hoping I get like a better mic in the future, so that I can. And of course, I'm not, my capture card like not being of the highest caliber. I might get a better one in the future, like because initially I wanted to make game reviews, but I feel like I just never got around to it. Oh yeah, and I should have a comfy recliner. That's another thing I should know. I have another chair, but it's like so hard on my ass that I only use it for playing VR. And I only got that chair because I was desperate. Last year, I was like dangerously low on chairs to the point that an old chair I had from 2018 broke. And another chair I had just sucked. But both chairs were out of commission, and I needed anything. Maybe later this year I could convince my mother to go look around for a better chair. Oh yeah, another thing I should note. I don't drive. my so I have to rely on other people in my family to take me places. My father to take me home. To work. My mother to take me home. Not sure they hired a guy to do it to take me home for me, but my mother ended up changing her mind. Yeah, now I think I can go in and get that thing earlier. Oh yeah, normally in Metroid games at the end, I'm sure a lot of guys might know this by now, but Metroid's ending, Metroid has like bonus endings, and they all are determined by. In some games, it's determined by how fast you finish the game, while in other games, it's determined by. Well, in these games, it's determined by how much completions you've done, how much completion. For my yeah, it's pretty much just yeah, I'm not gonna try to go for 100%, but Did I mention my girlfriend was really into Pokemon? Oh yeah, I do have a girlfriend, and she's like a lot older than me, like 8 years. If you're wondering why, yeah. So I actually met my girlfriend at an art camp of sorts, and we hit it off quite well. And I actually would went and ask her out then there, but she was in her 20s at the time, and I was still in high school, like. So, not exactly legal enough yet. Oh yeah, probably another stupid achievement I made. I made a Tumblr Sexy Man Hunger Games on the Tumblr Sexy Man Wiki's Discord server. I wanted to join it, but the friend I had like a falling out with was a member of that server at the time, and I didn't want to piss him off. So I decided just to make a ship post. I ended up like making like 12 teams of 4. And they're like, the memes are gonna be hilarious. Yeah, something I might do later this year, because I'm gonna make a stream. For New Year's, I'll make a stream. All the characters from every game I Let's Played all year. And have a fight to the death. It also helps that one of the characters on that, by default, the site where Hunger Games Simulator is hosted on, they have Danganronpa characters there by default, so you don't have to do this annoying process of I remember like even like playing the game, I found 4 characters that were that I could say from Rain Code. 4 characters that were Tumblr Sexy Men. I mean, at first was Yakko, who was like because for one, I mean, he's a DILF. He's a DILF and just not bright. Vivia, who looks a lot like Okechi and just overall just a living mood. Yomi, who people, when trailers dropped, people were like predicting that were expecting Yomi to be the Nagito of the game, and they're right. And finally Makoto, but Makoto's reasons are very, very, very spoilery. Another character I think could be a Tumblr Sexy Man, at least to me he could be. Satan from Xenogears. I mean, he's a DILF. I mean, he canonically does have a daughter. He's mysterious. Like, we don't know a whole lot about the guy. I don't know a whole lot about the guy. Ah! Fire and birds! Yeah, this is what we call a puzzle boss because, you have to destroy those, light thingy, those, mirrors. I think they're mirrors. Oh yeah, but he's also kind of a dick. Kaboom! And finally, there is a... Yeah, another thing you guys should probably know about me, since I'm a troper. If you don't know what that is, a troper is a person who are basically fans of this of a website called TV Tropes, which is where they make up a bunch of tropes about pop culture. Originally just Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but they ended up like expanding it to other lore, to other things like video games, anime, books. And I did better than I was expecting. Not gonna lie. I'm holding my hand. Don't want to. And now we have the Varia suit. For those who don't know what that is, the Varia suit Yeah, so funny thing about the various suit. So originally, the various suit was actually a mistranslation of the word barrier. So it was technically the barrier suit, but I'm guessing Varia just sounds cooler. Now, as for the shoulder things, I always like assumed they were like for her Murph ability when I was younger, but in actuality, basically, but they were added in for Metroid 2 with Turn Samus because the Game Boy didn't have color, so they decided to make it different. So they made it look different. Oh, sweet health. Yeah, I actually did play Overwatch 2 a little bit last night, yes, despite the irony of the meme. But I only did it so I can leave a negative review. And even playing it, it was not as fun. It was nowhere near as fun as it used to be. They got rid of like, so in Overwatch 1, one of the things that made it so that it did was where it would congratulate. At the end of each match, you can actually choose like which teammates like did a certain amount of things, and you can even like endorse like them for certain things. They got rid of that. Instead of just taking a traditional victory screen, a generic progress screen. I don't like that. Yeah, thank God the the R34 is much better than the actual game. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I did it. I done effed up. Yeah, the only good thing to come out of Overwatch for me was my Overwatch 2 so far for me was the views. Yeah, I did not expect the game to get that many views. I just made that as like a simple ship post and I was like, thank God the YouTube algorithm is an enigma. Da, 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 da. Over there. Yeah, I knew I should have picked another FPS. Actually, I might make Darksiders next because of yeah, I actually have one other LP I want to do. It's a very unlikely title, Kirby Dream Course. Like I said, it's not even an RPG or even an action game. I don't play sports games very much. The only exception are the Mario ones because I just don't like. I'm not a sports guy, okay? I don't pay attention to what's popular in sports. Oh yeah, I think that's like for later on. So, as for why... Yeah, why Kirby to North? Basically, I went to Oklahoma Comic Con earlier this year. Apparently, I found out it was at first I thought it was in Oklahoma City, but then I found out, oh shit, it's in Tulsa. Tulsa's like the San Diego of Oklahoma for my non-Oklahoman viewers. I was cosplaying as Ness and I had a fun time. One of my favorite things I did at the con was like, I saw a guy cosplaying as Christian of all things, and I even told him that as an autistic person, I apologize for Christian's existence. And another funny thing is that I got some guy was cosplaying as a ring wraith, and my dad, is a big fan of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I asked like the guy to take a picture with him. I don't know my dad's favorite character of Lord of the Rings, but hey, I thought it looked cool. And I took a picture, one cosplayer of Junko from Danganronpa. And after taking a picture, I was like, did my Monokuma impersonation because, yeah, yeah, it's kind of why I think I do better with RPGs than I do with more shooters or action type games because Mike can make more jokes and memes, like memes about the characters. Da, 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 da. 5 years of college and plenty of knowledge have earned me this useless degree. Yeah. Oh yeah, this area. This is kind of where the final boss is, by the way, the impact crater. No, it's not like Breath of the Wild where we could fight him right away, but we'd just be really, really underpowered. Although that'll be fun for a Metroid title. Oh yeah, and some guys even... Oh yeah, this is what I was looking for. These are dropped by... usually dropped at bosses, these artifacts. These are the main collectible for this game. Very unfitting music. That's more of a Zelda theme than a Metroid theme. Yeah, probably like one thing that did happen was some guys noticed me cosplaying this and actually wanted to take my picture. They're like, they even said Fuzzy Pickles. I think I'll let the Earthbound reference speak for itself. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of guys might know, but the big guest for the con was John Young Bosch. I don't think I need to explain who he voiced, but the closest I could get was like a picture of him. Apparently, I actually found out that I'll also say John, the guy that played Jason from the original Power Rangers, was that the con? Was a guest at the con? Which I guess he wasn't there when I was there. I was only there for like a couple of hours, and my dad, we ended up driving. We're supposed to go to my grandparents' like lake house for a weekend, but well, the Tulsa thing added a delay to the plan. And well, thanks. Anyway, I think this might be another good segment. I could probably like record like 2 more of these before I go to bed, so I can give you guys a 10. Like, subscribe, all this stuff. See ya.